the previous mini-lecture, we described one major interpretation of company culture into 4 types. In this mini-lecture, we will explore how organizational culture models and dimensions are related to the working physical environment. First, we will address corporate real estate strategies and then workplace design and management. Some studies relate organizational culture to corporate real estate strategies. The most significant differences seem to emerge between the adhocracy and hierarchy cultures. Adhocracy cultures embrace flexibility, creativity, and employee-related strategies, and so they do not prioritize usually real estate costs. Hierarchy cultures, on the contrary, rank real estate costs as the main priority and overlook often employee creativity. However, some variations in this relationship depends on industry, company size, corporate real estate department's size, and other factors. Besides real estate decisions, some theoretical propositions try to tie workplace design and management to culture. 6 different culture dimensions seem to have an impact on spatial and managerial features: hierarchy, formality, individuality, trust, openness, and number of existing cultures. The hierarchy dimension reflects the degree of separation or differentiation of spaces. Where corporate culture is more hierarchical, executive offices may be allocated on the top floors or in any case be separate from those of other employees, for instance with separate elevator systems and so on. The formality dimension reflects in the spatial arrangements and aesthetics. Companies that are similar to Google will favor colorful environments, casual meeting spots, for instance, with beanbags and lounge chairs, and so on. Other types of companies, such as banks, insurance companies, law firms, are more likely instead to stick to a neat, clean style with formal conference rooms. Individuality affects the choice of open plan versus enclosed offices. In a team-oriented organization, people will work in open plan offices to enhance social relations and chance encounters. Whereas in more task-oriented individual cultures, open plan might hinder concentration and productivity, which are indeed better supported by enclosed spaces. Trust has to do with the flexibility of spaces and policies. Where managers evaluate their employees' performance based on outputs, the employees will have more autonomy to decide what space and time better suit them to get work done. Where managers measure performance based on the employee's presence in the office, employees will need to sit at an assigned desk. Openness to change reflects on the attitude to experimentation with the workplace solutions. So organizations where change is the constant will be readily available to try out innovative workplace concepts. Organizations based on stability will need to embrace change at a more careful pace. And finally, uniform versus pluriform cultures impact the variety of the physical environment. Organizations with a unified, strong culture will prefer homogeneity and coherence of all the environments, for instance, in the colors, design, and furniture. Instead, companies that are rich in subcultures and that support diversity will promote freedom for differentiation and, for instance, even customization to specific employees' needs. In conclusion, organizational culture has a fundamental role in defining corporate real estate strategies and workplace management, even if more research will need to be performed. As employees are one of the key resources of organizations, the next module will explain how, besides culture, also individual preferences and needs should be taken into consideration in the physical work environment.